death with salt and lizards. Caitlin's all, what the hell? Yeah. Yeah, Caitlin, that thing from yesterday I was trying to show you, finally
Yeah,
wrapped up like 5 minutes after you left.
of course it did. Did it look good?
I was gonna show it this morning.
Okay, period.
Fuck. I forgot what it's called though.
Opus.
Opus, thank you. Opus Keep. Opus Keep. All right. Opus Keep. Right. My dashboard. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Where is it? It's 8 o'clock on a Wednesday. I know people are like, oh, I don't want to wake up. I know it's dark outside. It's like extra dark today for some reason. Everyone is running late. Traffic's just nonsense. Nonsense. Let's hear some wins.
I've posted every day of 2026. I know it's only been 5 days, okay, or 6 days, but I posted
How-
every day.
How's it going so far? Any upticks? Any movement you can see?
I feel like I feel like everything's being pretty consistent, but I think that I had a video that um got like 80 some thousand views last week or 2 weeks ago. So I'm still getting views from that, but nothing like significant. I'm just I'm focusing more on the consistency over the immediate like what's popping up, you know. That's my win.
Christina's win is in progress. Look at
Yeah,
that.
you know what that is?
That's the desk in the middle of the room getting ready for paint.
Sure is. Be here at 8:30.
There we go. Is that Papa coming to do it?
Yep,
Nice. Was he all too excited to get a phone call to come paint a room?
I think so. James texted him.
Love it. Love it. You're all, I need to get this room painted. I'm all, call someone.
I
That's,
know.
that's always my answer.
Literally, it was like just like step outside of yourself. Like, what's the problem? Why isn't it getting done? Uh,
Girl, my office isn't put together. Why? Because it needs to get painted. Oh, okay. Paint the office. I said this the other day to someone. I don't even know why I said it. But sometimes you got to step away from the forest to see the trees. You might sometimes just be a little too close to the problem to be able to see what it is. I don't know what I'm looking at. So, what other wins, celebrations? Come on now.
And I got a buyer for a listing in Gladden that I didn't think would sell quickly, but it only was on the market for 10 days.
Nice.
I'm happy that I got someone working for me, helping me with my CRM. And now I can be consistent with it and my business can pick up.
what do you mean, Audra? Like, what are they doing for it?
She's helping me with marketing, helping me with newsletters, and she set me up to where I know how to do 10 calls per day or contacts, and I have to continue that. And she showed me how to keep it from building up. So if I'm consistent, then I can be successful on this. And that's what I've been trying to do for
5 years.
yeah, 5. Yes,
We've been
yes.
telling you that for 5 years, Audra. All you got to do is a little bit every day.
Yeah, but it's a lot, Dan.
I
It's a
know.
whole lot. And she just easily showed me things that that took me a long time to get to and was still learning.
Desiree,
Yeah, Desiree. She's
she's
pretty
good at it.
awesome.
That's her role too. I'm
I
glad you
need that.
there.
Me
Yeah.
Is
too.
Is Desiree freelance?
Desiree is our director of impressions down in Sierra Vista, and yes, she is freelance.
Hmm.
I have contact for her if you want it.
Oh, is that the
Yes,
person we
please.
talked about that was doing the man? Okay.
That
Yep.
is she. That is she.
Yeah. She's pretty awesome.
Well, here Jesus Vega. This is barely the first time I've joined this call. I joined Keller Williams about, when was it? End of October 2025. I'm still trying to get the role, get used to how to be a realtor on the part-time side, because I have a full-time job. But here I am presenting myself, doing a little bit of marketing here and there, trying to put my name out there, mostly with friends at work, and then on social media, Instagram and Facebook. I just ordered some business cards, so hopefully those are coming in soon. Trying to fix this camera here. You guys can see. Oh, there you go.
There we go.
Hey, everybody. This is me. I'm a full-time job over here at Silverbell. I'm an aircraft instructor for Army soldiers. So here I am presenting
You'll
myself.
find on this call a lot of the same mentality and personnel.
Wait, where do you work?
I work over Silverbell, close to Red Rock, between Red Rock and Marana.
Are you at Pinal?
Yes,
You're at Watts?
yes.
Which one do you fly?
The Black Hawk was crew chief. I'm just an instructor for mechanic.
I've like got so many names. Do you know I don't know if Kino's still there anymore.
Kino
Yeah.
doesn't kick in.
Canijo?
No. He was a maintenance guy.
Yeah. Well, you'll find Jesus that there's a lot of military on this call.
Roger that.
So 4 of them on right now that I can see.
I'm coming from a military base right now,
There you
dropping
go.
my husband off.
I am not military, but I am wearing sand colors in case I want to be in the desert and hide like a rabbit. I am military adjacent, which means some of my closest friends are military, and one of my favorite agents is military, and I can spell military. Most of you can't. It's okay though. I still love you. All right. It's Wednesday, so I want to hear, but before I jump into what I want to talk about, because I always have something I want to talk about, is there any situations, objections, or conversations that you want to have to work on to be better? You're not going to fix not knowing how to be an agent in one day, but every day you get a little bit better, don't you? A little bit better.
Well, Dan, I don't know if we want to go into what my situation was last night.
I think
I
we can
sat
talk.
on, what's that?
I think we need to talk about it.
Yeah, I did a lot of thinking over it last night. And just to bring you all to light, I had a buyer come to me last night saying that the seller of the home that she was interested in, the seller's dad knew my buyer's dad. And they were talking offline and said that they would cut a deal to go lower if they did not use their realtors. She brought me into it last night, and it is a kick in the stomach for sure. But after thinking about it, I still have a little bit of time on the buyer broker she could wait it out. That's where we're at, is that her buyer broker ends at the end of this month. And, that's my thought. It was like, oh no. But after thinking about it and resetting, giving myself some time to think about it, I still have 3 weeks to let her know why I think that she does need an agent, especially if they're trying to cut it out. There's some things in there that she just doesn't know as a first-time home buyer, that she still has to go through financing. So there still has to be an inspection. There's still a lot that she could use some assistance with.
Oh yeah. And this is the reality to everyone, right? Are we as real estate professionals value adds to buyers? Everyone should be-
100%.
Absolutely.
Nod your head, right? Now, can a buyer and a seller operate real estate without you? Can they sell and convey real estate without the help of a real estate agent?
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's not wise. Just like it's not wise that you want to do your own dental work. You can. It's just going to be a pain in the mouth.
You can also represent yourself in court.
You could. You
I know how that
absolutely-
goes.
That's why Johnny Cochran's a name everyone knows. If you don't know who Johnny Cochran is, I know that you can't drive yet. Your license is coming in the mail. You're not quite old enough. When we look at this, Liz, it's one of those situations. Why do we have a buyer broker? Because it protects the brokerage. Your buyer broker has clearly defined guidelines. It says, hey, I will represent you in an exclusive capacity from the dates of July 8th to January 30th, 2026. Not backwards dating. Some of you guys are like, oh, that's backwards. No, next year. It outlines that you will pay 3% to the brokerage in the event that you close escrow on a property that we shows you. It also says that you'll pay us if you close on a property we don't show you. That is why we have an exclusivity agreement. This is a contract between the buyer and the broker that says that you'll be paid for services. Now, even if it expires, let's say she's smart and she goes, well, my buyer broker expires January 30th. Let me go under contract February 1st, and I will close at the end of February, right? This is why we have what they call a tail. So if you guys look at your buyer broker agreements on line 54, it was a really good guess on my part last night, Liz. I knew it was like between line 40 and line 50, so I was close. It says that after the expiration of this agreement, buyer agrees to pay the broker compensation that if within 30 calendar days after the expiration date, the buyer enters into an agreement to purchase, exchange, or option any property shown it negotiated or by the broker on behalf of the buyer during the term of the agreement, or the buyer closes escrow on a property pursuant to a purchase contract that was executed during the term of the agreement, or the buyer closes escrow on a property which the escrow was open during the term of the agreement, you're going to pay me. Well, Dan, what if they don't close until March 1st? Well, that line right there says enters into. Does not say has to. It says enters into or closes or opens escrow. Girlfriend, we got some teeth in this one, don't we?
Well, I have a question,
Yeah.
if I may. Who's the listing agent?
Another agent, not ours.
So they're just suggesting that the buyer not have an agent.
Oh no, it was stated that
Yeah. I'm looking into that. She didn't respond. I did ask, are we talking you're not using an agent or that the seller is not using an agent? And she didn't respond. So I'm going to give her a call this afternoon to kind of talk about it. And if it is the fact that they are planning on still using the listing agent, well, then she definitely needs representation. You can see how she's already talking her into other things. I can't imagine, even if she does drop the price, my opinion, the listing's going to have to drop anyways. It's been on the market for 3 or 4 months. I did the comps. It's already high. I mean, if she wants to sell it, she's going to drop it anyways.
Have you talked to the listing agent?
I haven't yet because I want to get some more information from my buyer. Wow.
Yeah, it's a little premature to have a conversation with listing agent because right now it's just conjecture. It's like, hey, the seller said they'd do this.
No, I mean just like I guess what conversations have they had on their side about price and kind of dropping it, and where are they at with that?
Well, I know when we originally went to go see it before right after Thanksgiving, when she said, "Oh, my dad actually knows the dad of the seller," she did say that she was already planning on dropping it at some point. So that makes me believe, well, okay, they're just trying to go lower, but to my buyer, it sounds enticing, right? Because it's their first time, and of course they want a lower price, but all the things that come with it she's not seeing those flags either.
So I guess here's my next question, because my instinct is like, I love that you guys are looking for creative ways to save money. I love that you're, like kind of looking at this from all angles. Why, if your dads knew each other, did you solicit to work with an agent in the first place?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what was the purpose of that?
Yeah.
Because they didn't
Do you know that?
They didn't know.
Well, they didn't know at the time. We actually went to the neighborhood to look at another home. That other home was an open door home. We had went to look at it. We went a second time, brought Dad along, saw that he knew the other house, but we didn't pull it up because it was above her price range when we were looking in the area. He was like, "Oh, can we go look at it?" So we pulled it up. It was vacant. We went and looked at it. And that's when he was like, "This house looks very familiar." And then happens to be he knows Dad of the seller.
So Dad's involved all the way through, like from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know everyone else's 2 cents or your advice, Dan, but I guess I'd ask that question of the dad too. Like, you obviously, it's not your first rodeo, right? Like, you've been through this process. You seem to be in support of your daughter having an agent, having representation, having somebody in her corner to make sure that we are protecting her all the way through. What has changed about that? And I mean, it's a delicate question, and so I'm just gonna not role play it for a quick second, just ask it directly. But like, is Dad gonna be there at inspections? Is Dad gonna keep track of timelines? Is Dad gonna ensure that she's getting the price and the value that she needs to get all the way through? Is Dad gonna make sure she's compliant and checking all of the boxes?
Yeah, I have no doubts that Dad will be with her along the way, but I agree with you that he doesn't know the whole process step by step. And so that's where I kind of want to explain to her and enlighten her, and maybe, hopefully, she sees it a different way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because at the end of the day, it's like, I get that buyer's dad is like, oh yeah, you could get this for less money. I mean, let's face the fact, really the only thing they're talking about is the SCA. The buyer, what the seller's willing to pay for buyer's representation. They're surely not talking that significant of a drop in price.
Yeah. What was it, like 30 grand?
30 grand. But after doing the comps and all the ones that sold in that area, dropping it 30 grand meets it to where market value is.
No. So they're gonna drop it to 30 grand anyways.
I guess
Right.
that's kind of my point though, right?
Yeah.
It's like,
Mhm.
you're bringing it down to market value. If you're going to do that, like, I'd suggest you bring it down to market value in the first place and see how many other people you could get, because you might end up getting more than that.
Well, if I was helping her on the seller side, that is definitely a conversation to be had.
Well, and that's a conversation, I guess, a lot of times we end up in positions where we're like schooling the seller's agent too, kind of coaching them through, narratives we're hoping that they're passing along to their sellers.
Yeah.
That's a fun one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you could also let her know about the market price and that it was up too high, and let her know that agents know what the market should be, and if they're going to give you a deal, it should go down much more than that. So explain that to her too.
Yeah, I guess that's my point, is like, if you're talking $30,000, okay, that puts us in line with what we offer anyway. And if the seller's offering compensation to buyer's broker, where's the benefit for the buyer in the first place?
Right.
Right.
Could you
Exactly.
also maybe, I don't know, if they're talking about like the friendship between the two dads and stuff, could you also maybe enforce, even from an emotional appeal side, just disclosing and just all the things that could pop up,
Right.
that could ruin their friendship. So is it really worth if it's gonna need to come down anyway, and they're just looking to save some money, then, at what other emotional appeal cost, what, if they want to hide something, or, everything looks hunky dory. I mean, you are the expert. They almost, because of the friendship, need a third party.
Well, that was my question for why in the first place. It's like if the dad was there supporting, helping, participating, and in favor of her having an agent. Like if that's the thing, it's like he obviously saw the value in her having an agent when they didn't know the person of the house. Why? Why is that? Why did you think it was a good idea?
Knowing the other person, they almost need, I would argue that they almost need that third party even more, because you don't mix investments with friendships. It's just really not a good idea, because something goes wrong, and then you have no third party protection, and it's just the
disagreement.
The disagreement, it's an argument, it's a fight, and there's even more at risk.
Right.
I guess here's where I end up coming down to, and you guys tell me your thoughts, is like having a conversation with the buyer and the buyer's dad, right? Is like, at the end of the day, is this the house? Is this the one? Or are we getting waylaid by thinking that this one is going to come at a better value than another one? When if we look at the comps, what we need to come in at and offer it is close to what you're angling to work on the, quote unquote back end anyway. And if this isn't like the one, let me reiterate how the SCA works and what your cost is in this scenario as a buyer,
That's another.
versus on the seller side.
And I hear you on that, because with the neighborhood, these homes are very similar. So there's another home that is very similar, that is lower in the same neighborhood. So I don't know if it's stuck on that she thinks she's getting a better deal because it's listed higher. So I'm just trying to figure it out. But I hear you. I do.
Yeah, it sounds like dads are like doing their dad thing, and they're like, we're gonna get this for, but does your dad work for you, or does your dad work for his buddy? Who's the better deal for? Because the better deal is you having solid representation, making sure your assets are protected, and having dad as a confidant and an advisor.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for letting me voice that. Like I said yesterday, late last night, that was a kick in the stomach to receive. So I'm glad that there was some time to think it over, and I'm glad, yeah. So thank you for bouncing back some advice and I definitely appreciate it.
Plus, also, Liz, get more eggs in your basket.
Yeah.
And then losing one because they're not logical is less impactful.
And you can write it down, the arguments that you can give her too, so you'll have it right there, and be more prepared.
That's a great idea. Thank you.
I mean, there's always the resources that we all have, ChatGPT, BrokerBot, stuff like that. Frame it in a way of convincing them, but it's more so sell yourself. If she loses whatever, I as the broker am not going to release that agreement.
Well, I was going to say, I don't know how much you guys have talked about it. Liz, I had something like that where the buyer or the
seller,
God, who was it? Yeah, it was like the seller was like, oh, I met this neighbor and I just want to give it to her daughter. She's like a daughter that I never had. Oh, is she? You guys, you go that far back, huh? And I just want to give it to her. I'd like to transfer it to her. That's cute. Love that. Love that for you guys. Love that for you. Would you like to pay with a check, or how do you want to pay? What do you mean? No, we just want to cancel. Okay. Again, cute. Love that for you. Reference line, ... And it was paid compensation. And she ended up paying compensation on the listing amount.
The entire
Yeah, not what they
entire
would have
amount, yeah,
ended up selling it for anyway.
So you were able to get paid anyway?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, we didn't market this. Do
Tell
all
them
this,
why,
like,
Chris. Tell them
Yeah.
why.
Which thing are you referencing?
Any of them, guys. You have a contract.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Know
I mean,
that
it's like, it's not just a cute thought. It's a
Right.
legal binding contract. We both agreed to these terms. And if you want to, whether you're selling it for monetary value or you're conveying it and transferring it in some other manner, that's what our wording says. You want to
Yep.
convey and transfer this? Great. I still get paid.
where her win was, and she's very humble, was that she's like, I think I have this figured out, but can you tell me I'm right? I'm like, hey, you're right. Go get your money, girl.
You were the listing agent, Christina?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, don't let your big heart. Every one of you has a big heart, except for you. And you know what I'm talking about, Grinch. You need to grow that shit. Guys. Now, but yeah, every one of us has a big heart, and like, you know what? You're right. It's a good deal for you. It really wasn't off skin my back. No, I've worked with this person for months. I've invested time, money, effort, stress, all of it. It deserves to be compensated for.
Yeah.
Mhm.
If you had someone come over and they're like, hey, help me clean my yard, and you're there for 7 hours, and they're like, I will pay you $100 an hour, clean my yard. And at the end of it, they're like, oh, well, we're almost done. I'll finish it myself. I don't need to pay you. Go away.
Nope.
I'm going to
Right.
bury that person in their own backyard. Right? Anyone ever seen the movie Little Nicky?
A
No.
long time ago.
Yes.
With Adam Sandler.
Double to the face, just saying. But you see how it's very easy to see it in that way. Like, I've done all this work, and just before the finish line, you're going to do it yourself and you don't need me and you're not going to pay me?
Or in Kristen's situation, somebody's brother's cousin's dad's friend shows up and
Absolutely. And everyone, this is Holly. This is the new agent for us too. This is her first day too, Jesus, so you're not alone.
good morning.
So.
Good
Well, this comes
morning.
down to conversations that we have about when we're meeting with someone, we have a consultation, they ask you to lower your rate. If I'm that soft, you're not hiring, it's like I've told sellers before when they've been on the fence about things. You've hired me to sell your house. You did not hire me to list your house. You hired me to sell it. And I appreciate and respect the fact that you're asking that question. But if I'm willing to lower my rate now, the thing that keeps my food on the table, how strongly am I going to be able to represent your bottom dollar when we get into negotiations?
Weird. If your fortitude is lacking in just normal conversation, what's going to happen when the pressure gets turned on?
Mhm.
I love that. You paid me to sell your house, not just to list it. I am contracted to sell your house, not just to list it. My job isn't to put pretty pictures online and put a sign out there and ask people if they want to give me some feedback. No, my job is to negotiate it, to protect you, to keep your emotions in check, and help you navigate this process. Are sellers rational? Not always.
Well, same thing with buyers. You didn't hire me to unlock doors. This is an open door house. You could go do that yourself. We have not yet seen the things that I, not even you necessarily, are going to pay me for, but that I am earning compensation for. That we haven't even gotten into my, like, take me off the leash. We've not seen that yet. You know what I mean? You didn't pay me. You're not hiring me to go and unlock doors for you to find the house. That's what Google's for.
I'm going to make this call.
That's what Zillow's for.
Weird. Yeah, James, take her off the leash. Whatever you guys do in your private time is up to you.
Oh,
All right.
trust me, he knows you don't attempt that move anyway.
Great conversation today. I hope you learned something from it. A lot of value in who you are as a professional in this space. Remember that you bring value, not just unlocking a door. Tomorrow, I'm going to show you guys a little social media thing that I had been playing around with. We're going to talk about it Opus clip tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
So be on where you can see your screen. I'll be sharing my screen a little bit tomorrow, just some insight. So until then, I got a signing to get to. Have yourselves a fantastic morning.